Good morning. I'm Professor Andrew Deeks, President of University College Dublin. On behalf of my fellow faculty and staff, I wish to extend a warm welcome to this virtual conferring, especially to our students, your families and friends, and your supporters far and wide. I'm delighted to be joined by the Principal of the UCD College of Health and Agricultural Sciences, Professor Cecily Kelleher, and by the Deputy Head of the UCD School of Public Health, Physiotherapy and Sports Science, Professor Anne Drummond. This is a meeting of the University gathered for the conferring of degrees. A quorum is present, and I now call upon Professor Drummond to commence the proceedings.
Thank you, President. On behalf of my colleagues at the UCD School of Public Health, Physiotherapy and Sports Science, and on behalf of Professor William Watson and his colleagues at the UCD School of Medicine, I'd like to reiterate the President's warm welcome to you all on this morning. Thar ceann macólacha is scoil na sláinte phoblaí physiotherapy agus na holaíochtaí sport UCD, agus scoil an laios UCD, tá an-áthas ar an fáilte a chur riamh chuig an saoirtas brónata fiúrúil seo maidin. The occasion of the conferring of degrees at UCD is always enjoyed by students, faculty and staff alike. Our ceremonies at O'Reilly Hall generally mean lovely weather and the campus in full bloom as graduates and their families take photos by the lake. It's a celebration and recognition of your academic achievements. And often it's a wonderful class get-together where you can embrace one another and share your class spirit before you head your separate ways and begin your internships or future careers. However, we find ourselves in unprecedented times. You now take your place in a changed world, one that's learning to live with the COVID-19 pandemic, and I know that you will play your part as the world adapts to that change, and indeed adapts to the inevitable new normal. On behalf of my colleagues in both schools who have taught and guided you through your studies and who are so disappointed that we cannot be with you today, I want to congratulate each and every one of you.
Honours degree of Bachelor of Medicine, Bachelor of Surgery, Bachelor of Obstetrics. Pre honorables praeses, totaque universitas, presento vobis hasce, meas filias, filiosque meos, quos omnes scio, tam moribus quam doctrina, habilis et idonius esse, qui admittantur ad gradum baccalaureatus in medicina, in chirurgia, in arte obstetricia, honoro curso confecto, itque tibi fide mea testor expondeo totique academiae.
Ego auctoritate mihi concessa, amitto voad gradum baccalaureatus in medicina, in chirurgia, in arte obstetricia, honora curso confecto.
Thank you both. Shirley Adivi.
Honours degree of Bachelor of Science.
Pre honorables praeses, totaque universitas, presento vobis hasce, meas filias, filiosque meos, quos omnes scio, tam moribus quam doctrina, habilis et idonius esse, qui admittantur ad gradum baccalaureatus scientiae honoro curso confecto. Itque tibi fide mea testor, expondeo, totaque academiae.
Ego auctoritate mihi concessa, amitto voad gradum baccalaureatus scientia honora curso confecto.
Thank you both. Biomedical Health and Life Sciences. Sarah Ali Salam Ali Al Sayabi. Megan Calton. Evie Cribben. Alison Doody. Quiva Dwan. Lauren Elizabeth Fagan. Connor Giles Dorn. Sean Thomas Keane. Mohammed Ahmed Ali Al-Asmir. Niamh Mahan. Helen Veronica Maria Bruno. Maeve Nacahal. Maeve Nagallagher. Bevan O'Hora. Agogo Okapar. Jack Isaac Pender. Lara Somerville. Maitri Sudavan. Lorna Williams. General Biomedical Sciences. Nace Serena Barrett Magdans. Sean Daniel Coughlin. Jason Dowling. Henry James Feely. Cian Degree of the Doctor of Philosophy. Aaron McGraw. Medicine. Mark Neelan. Solomon Gidar. Kate Ryan.
Health and Performance Science. Davidas Barisas. Luke Bradley. Ciara Brown. Christopher Jack Carey. Alexander Daniel Chambers. Simone Elizabeth Cotter. Stephanie Elizabeth Crinian. Celine Dignam. Roisin Foley. Lisa Ann Cochran. Richard Gilbert. Sorka Gire. Dara Guiney. Stephen Harmon. Catherine Harris. Lorcan William Healy. Gerard John Hill. Owen Lacey. Sarah Leach. Laura McCann. Brian McCarthy. Niamh McDade. Jessica McGrain. Peter McSweeney. Diarmuid Murphy. Pádraig Ó Beaglach. Hugo O'Higgins. Aisling Powell. Nicholas Kwan. Sinead Mora Rigwok. David James Shanahan. Ian Sheridan. Gavin Smith. Cameron Gerald Watson. Daniel Watson, Victoria Ivy Watterson, David Woods, Cian Ziden. Physiotherapy, Louis Adelaide, Christina Olwat-Milhan Adesanya, Ellen Oriel Atkinson, Roisin Bennett, Tommy Lee Burke, Kelly Boyce Jordan, Isaac Carroll, Eliza Casey, Jenny Clark, David Conlon, Dara Corcoran, Kate Crowley, Leah Crowley, Lauren Diskin, Paul Gerard Doyle, Catherine Egan, Christopher Fagan, Rose K. Finnegan, Melissa Flanagan, Aoife Carolyn Friars, Rachel Mary Gilligan, Clodagh Gray, Jack Harrington, Kelly Ann Henry, Lisa Marie Hogan, William Kelly, Sinead Kieran, Keith Anthony Longworth, Jennifer McHenry, Sean McGettigan, Ciara McComish, Kathleen MacDonald, Emer McEntee, Hannah McLaughlin, Yulia Mikulchik, Shane Morley, Andrea Murphy, Noreen Kasaja, Jonathan O'Donoghue, Sive O'Flaherty, Sophia O'Flaherty, Shane O'Hanrahan, Maeve Catherine O'Keane, Evan Osam, Shane Ryan, Shiafra Ryan, Emer Sexton, Andrew Shanahan, Ciara Sheridan, Rachel Summers, Anne Spain, Niamh Staunton, Anya Traynor, Liam Chute, Niamh Stephanie Wall, Sports and Exercise Management. Aoife Maria Allen. Ethan Baxter. Tim Brennan. Daniel Byrne. Hugo Conway. Steve James Crosby. Richard John Cunningham. Karen Davis. Catherine Alva Dean. Harry Cahill Doyle. Andrew Egan. Ara Freeman. Matthew Stephen Guest. Lucy Isabel Hanrahan. Michael Patrick Holly. Sophie Kavanagh. Dara Keane. Robin Keaveney. Kevin Kirwan. Tig Lawless. Martha McGlade. Sam Malloy. Ronan Bernard Murray. Tommy O'Brien. Claire O'Leary. Paul Reynolds. Sarah Jane Sampson. Jack Schmitz. Killian Traynor. Degree of Master of Public Health.
Pre honorables preces, totaque universitas. Presento vobis, hanc meam filiam, quam scio tam moribus, quam doctrina, habilum et idoniam esse, qui admitator ad gradum magisteriae in scientiae sanitatis publicae. Itque tibi fide mea testor, expondeo, totaque academiae.
Ego auctoritate mihi concessa, mitta te ad gradum magisteri scientia sanitatis publicae.
Thank you both. Anne Catherine Herlihy. Degree of Master of Science.
Pre honorables preces, totaque universitas. Presento vobis hasce, meas filias, filiosque meos, quos omnis scio, tam moribus quam doctrina, habilis et idonius esse, qui admittantur ad gradum magisterii scientiae, itque tibi fide mea testor, expondeo, totaque academiae.
Ego auctoritate mihi concessa, emitter vo ad gradum magisteri scientia.
Thank you both. Advanced Physiotherapy Studies. Laura Brahnock. Sinead Watt. Thomas White. Coaching Science in Sport. Jeff Richardson. Clinical and Translational Research. Menaliswa Adindu MacDonald. Claire Heaven, Una Hendroff, Sarah Kennedy, Jane Kennedy. Emergency Medical Sciences, Niall Kevin Carthy, Helen Connolly, Brian Cornelia, Bernard Michael Heron, Keith McCann, Robert Murphy, Laura O'Callaghan, Stephen O'Neill, Paul Finbar Quinn. Magnetic resonance imaging, Sarah Alcabaz. Occupational Safety and Health, Liam Roycroft. Sport Management, Brian Muldoon. Systemic Psychotherapy, Owen Barry. Ailish Teresa Halton Hand, Scott Nathan Hill, Paul Matthew Kelly, Ciara Margaret Kinsella. Degree of Professional Masters in Physiotherapy.
Pre honorables praeses, totaque universitas. Presento vobis hasce, meas filias, filiosque meos, quos omnes scio tam moribus quam doctrina habilis et idonius esse, qui ad metantor ad gradum magisterie professionale in physiotherapia, idque tibi fide mea testor, expondeo, totaque academiae.
Ego auctoritate mihi concessa, emitto void grada magisteri professionale in physiotherapia.
Thank you both. Brendan Bantian, Liam Board, Elizabeth Bovich, Danielle Byrne, Hayley Clark, Cathal Clintz, Ciara Cummins, Anthony Giardino, Amy Gilsonan, Scott Goad, Darby Holm, Laura Lisi, Niamh Lisi, Alexandra Lutek, Sophie McMahon, Ben McCormack, Caoimhe Teresa McDermott, Sean O'Cunacorn, Mark O'Kelly, Cian O'Toole, Andrew Philopes, Stephanie Sanderson Byers, Dean Sipos. Degree of Doctor of Philosophy.
Pre honorables praeses, totaque universitas, praesento vobis hasce, meas filias, filiosque meos, quos omnes scio tam moribus quam doctrina habilis et idonius esse, qui admittantur ad gradum doctoratus philosophiae, itque tibi fide mea testor, expondeo totaque academiae.
Ego auctoritate mihi concessa, emitter ad gradum doctoratus philosophia.
Thank you both. Professor Watson will read the names of the PhD graduates in the School of Medicine.
Suleiman Gadar. Dr. Gadar's thesis title is The Role of Cyclics in Sperm Function and Characterization of the Interaction of Sperm with Cyclic Acid on Cervical Mucus. Gordon Greville. Dr. Greville's thesis title is The Epigenetic Regulation of Glycosylation in Cancer. Madeline Murphy. Dr. Murphy's thesis title is The Respiratory Support and Monitoring in Newborns. Moyu Sultana. Dr. Sultana's thesis title is Becoming a Mother, a study of the current and potential response to perinatal mental health. Shi Wang. Dr. Wang's thesis title is The Development of a Green Technology for the Preparation of PLGA, biodegradable polymer, and its biomedical applications.
Thank you, William. I will now read the names of the PhD graduates in the School of Public Health, Physiotherapy and Sports Science. Daniela Bossard. Dr. Bossard's thesis title is Progressive Exercise Series for Patients with CAI.
Louise Brennan. Dr. Brennan's thesis title is The Development and Evaluation of a Digital Support System for Post-Operative Breast Cancer Rehabilitation.
Fionn Cleary Butner. Dr. Butner's thesis title is Clinical Recovery of Amateur Athletes who present to the emergency department within 1 week following a sports-related concussion, a 1-year prospective matched cohort study.
Dean Minnock. Dr. Minnock's thesis title is Effects of Exercise on Glycemic Control and Type 1 Diabetes.
I am now honoured to welcome a number of guest speakers. I'm delighted to welcome Rena Buckley to address you. Rena graduated with a BSc in Physiotherapy in 2009 and with an MSc in Sports Physiotherapy in 2017. She's an elite athlete and holds 18 All-Ireland medals, 11 for football and 7 for camogie. Rena received a UCD Alumni Award and won the Irish Times Sportswoman of the Year in 2015.
Hi, Rena Buckley here, former Cork camogie and Cork football player and fellow graduate of UCD School of Physiotherapy. Firstly, I want to congratulate each of you on completing your degree in UCD School of Physiotherapy. It must be fantastic to be a fully fledged physio or a fully fledged graduate from UCD School of Physio. Well done. I know it's disappointing that you guys don't get to meet up and graduate together and celebrate graduating together. And it's disappointing that this is being done virtually. But look, they are the times we're living in. And as an older and more boring member of society, I just want to thank each of you for the sacrifices that you've made over the past 18 months. It's not ideal, particularly for your stage of life, but rest assured that we all appreciate it. And I'd like to thank you, all of you, very much for that. So, you're probably coming to the end of one journey of your lives, one stage of your lives. And you should be all very proud of yourselves. You've shown courage, you've shown determination, you've shown hard work, but I'm sure you've had plenty of fun along the journey into attaining your degree. You're about to embark on a new journey, and who knows where that journey will take you. No two journeys will be the same. Some people will continue their education, some people will go working, Some people will go working as a physio, and some people will turn around and study something completely different. Who knows? But there's one thing you can be sure of, and that is that the knowledge that you gained while studying in UCD, the skill set that you developed, and your development as a person will stand to you no matter what your journey is. And I have no doubt that the fantastic friendships that you made and the memories that you made will be something that you'll never forget and that will always be there to lean on, no matter where your journey takes you. I'd like to congratulate everybody who's there with you this evening, your family, friends, classmates, lecturers, partners, and anyone who's helped you along the journey over the last few years. Well done to you. Nobody can do it on their own, and everyone is important in helping everybody else. Well done. And lastly, hopefully, over the next couple of years, we'll meet at some conference, some meeting, some course. And don't be afraid, come over, say hello, and we'll chat some physio. Thanks, guys. Congratulations, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Slán.
My warmest thanks to Rina for those inspirational words. And we are now honoured to welcome Professor Cliona O'Farrelly to address you. Professor O'Farrelly is Chair of Comparative Immunology at Trinity College Dublin.
Distinguished guests, academics, and especially you, the new graduates of today. It is an honour to address you from the wonderful University Club close by the O'Reilly Hall on this exciting day of your lives. Of course, you should all be here on the beautiful UCD campus with your families and friends to celebrate the results of all your hard work, which has led to you being awarded a Bachelor of Science degree in Biomedical, Health and Life Sciences. It's been so hard for you all, missing out on time on campus, sharing hours of banter and crack, hard work, practicals, sessions in the library, even heart-stopping exams. And now to be missing this shared moment of joy and celebration. So make sure that right now you each make an internal promise that all through your lives you will take every opportunity to come back here to UCD, to meet up, come to visit to reunions, organise reunions, even impromptu ones for, say, picnics by the lake, attendance at public lectures. Think of taking more courses, contributing to mentoring the next generations of students. Stay in touch with one another and the academics. You might be surprised how strong the UCD network is across the country and across the world, and how useful it will be throughout your entire life. You may also be surprised at the diversity of doors that will be opened for you by graduating from an Irish university amongst the top 1% of universities worldwide with a degree such as this. Already, all through the pandemic, I suspect you've been hearing people say how useful a degree in biomedical health and life science is. But you know, this is absolutely true now and will be even more so when this pandemic is over and we need to prepare for other pandemics and deal with all the health-related issues that the human race is facing. I'm sure many of you will use your degree to do MScs and PhDs here and abroad, thus helping produce cutting-edge biomedical research that will translate into new diagnostics and therapeutics. Some of you will do medicine and drive new developments in healthcare. Hopefully, several of you will become teachers and help develop new generations of scientifically literate young people. Science literacy is one of the reasons Ireland has such a high rate of vaccine uptake today. It is also why so many of the world's successful biomedical industries are based here in Ireland. particularly in the fields of medical diagnostics, biotherapeutics, cell therapies, and vaccine development. Many of you will hopefully join these companies and help Ireland realise her ambition to become one of the most technologically advanced countries in the world for discovery and delivery of innovation in the health sciences. I would like to end by channeling my aunt, Una O'Farrelly, who was one of the first female professors here in UCD. Almost 100 years ago, she took over Douglas de Hege's job as Professor of Modern Irish Poetry when he became Ireland's first president. Like me, Una loved students, universities, and the Irish language. So in her memory, something you already know, having completed this degree, Ní bhíonn an rath ach mar a mbíonn an smach. There's no prosperity without discipline. But also, you must never forget, scatha chéile a bhara na daoine. Under the shelter of each other, people thrive. So please do continue to work with pride and with the skills you have been given by your university. Look after yourselves, look after one another, thrive. And right now, celebrate your day.
My warmest thanks to Professor O'Farrelly for those inspirational words. Now we are joined by a number of your fellow students from both schools who will address you. Firstly, we will hear from Elizabeth Bovich, who graduated today with a professional master's in physiotherapy.
Hello, fellow classmates. My name is Elizabeth Bovich, and I'm honored to have been asked to speak to you all today on our graduation day, especially to my classmates from the Professional Masters in Physiotherapy program. First off, I would like to say, wow, congratulations everyone. I really cannot believe that we made it to this point. I remember boarding my plane at the Chicago airport, flying to Dublin with my husband, Greg. I had never left the continent of North America before, and the plane was the biggest one I'd ever been on, and it was the longest flight and furthest from home I had ever traveled. On our first day in September, we all walked to the third floor of the Health Science building at UCD to a room full of new faces that came from so many different places and backgrounds. We all were beginning to embark on a new journey together, filled with a lot of studying, practicals, projects, and placements. I remember being so excited to meet so many people that were like me. Everyone wanted to help others and learn. We worked hard trying to master neurology, cardiorespiratory, musculoskeletal, and preparing for placements, with trips to the Cliffs of Moher and Giant's Causeway sprinkled in between. We also made it in time for 9 a.m. lectures after a night of pints at Cassidy's and a 4 a.m. stop at Coppers. March 2020 changed the course of our program and our careers. It was a time of great uncertainty for us all, and we were challenged in ways we never thought possible. It seemed like something out of a movie. We became experts on Zoom, putting on PPE, and completing group projects online in our pods. Shout out to my pod squad. We kept each other safe and made it through without a hitch. Well, maybe except forgetting to fill out MetroFit a couple of times. But if we can handle training in a global pandemic, we can do anything. I loved being on placement with other classmates. There was a great camaraderie in our class with rarely any drama. Anywhere I went, I had a friend that could get me through a good and bad day. One classmate and I were even on placement together for a total of 17 weeks. Ireland started to open up more this spring, and we got to have many fun Saturdays in Herbert Park playing spikeball and eating yard-long pizzas. It was a tough couple of months, but we made it through and were stronger because of it. I would really like to thank the UCD Physiotherapy program staff that did an incredible 180 to help us make it through this program when things were tough. I want to especially thank both Dr. Clina O'Sullivan and Denise O'Callaghan. You all worked overtime to make sure we got the classes and placements we needed and tried to calm our anxiety when I'm sure you were all scrambling. I would also like to thank our friends and families for all their support. I know I wouldn't have made it without that of my husband, parents, and siblings. Again, classmates, I would like to congratulate us all again. We made it. Trust us, we're physios now. We have come such a long way these last 2 years. We showed such determination, strength, and perseverance. I wish you all the best in what life has in store for you, and I will be cheering you on every step of the way. I cannot wait for the reunions, the weddings, and pints together in the future all over the globe. Enjoy this moment. We deserve this. In the words of Winnie the Pooh, how lucky am I to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard. Congratulations, class of 2021. The best is yet to come.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Now we will hear from Harry Doyle, who graduated today with a BSc in Sports Management.
Welcome, graduates, families, friends, and faculty. I'm not usually one for long speeches, so I'll keep this short and sweet. Our time in UCD has been full of ups and downs, and has left us with some lasting memories and some lifelong friends. We begun our degree sitting in the waiting rooms in the RDS, anxiously waiting to go into our exams, and finished waiting anxiously in a Zoom waiting room, hoping our Wi-Fi would not cut out just as we joined the class. Along our time in UCD, we've had the pleasure of learning from some great lecturers. I'd like to thank them all, and you've really made this journey very enjoyable. Special thanks to Earl in first year, telling us the same 4 or 5 stories each lecture, as well as Ken, Alvy, Cian, Lisa, Matthew, and Rosie. Thank you all. 2 big names I cannot forget are Amy Birmingham and Ross Neville. We would like to thank you very much. You have really made this degree very enjoyable, and thank you for helping us with all the problems we faced in our time in college. We are very fortunate that our degree was so varied and imparted knowledge on us of many topics, especially our SWOT analysis, which we are now masters of. But it is now time to go and put this knowledge to work. I'll leave you with a very famous Irish sporting quote. Knowledge is knowing that the tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is knowing not to put it in a fruit salad. Good luck everyone with their next steps. Thank you for everything.
Thank you, Harry. Now we will hear from Aoife Friars, who graduated today with a BSc in Physiotherapy.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Aoife Friars. I am the class representative of the BSc Physiotherapy graduating class of 2021. It is a great honour to welcome you all on this extremely proud day. While the format of today's ceremony isn't quite what we would have hoped for, today is still an extremely important marker of all of the hard work that we have put into achieving this degree over the past 4 years. When I think back to September 2017 and the excited young first years all gathering around Health Sciences C006 classroom for our induction day, it is hard to believe that they are the same people that stand before us today as 2021 graduates. While first year naturally was a simpler, more coppers-filled time, we must not forget to give ourselves credit for the successful completion of our first set of RDS exams. And more impressive still, the successful navigation of the stairs to the health science practical rooms. On the subject of giving ourselves credit, 1,000 hours of clinical placement was certainly no small feat. Whether it was the pre-pandemic 16-week block or the summer of pandemic-induced telehealth placement, we should all be extremely proud of our achievement. As our academic knowledge grew, so too did our love for UCD campus. I think it's safe to say that for every hour spent in the UCD libraries, an hour and a half was spent at Poolside Cafe. Outside of academics, we certainly have become a well-travelled class. From après-ski in Coco Rico's to Segway tours in Krakow, we really did make the most of our midterm breaks. Dare I mention the long weekend in Edinburgh? As much as nobody wants to hear the words COVID-19 today, it did of course have an undeniable impact on our college experience. I'd be lying if I didn't say that the past year and a half of online learning has been extremely tough. But the resilience and drive that I have seen in my classmates is something that I believe will stay with us long into our careers as physiotherapists. COVID or no COVID, we could not have gotten to where we are today without the support of our families, Catherine Blake, and all of the physiotherapy faculty. I would like to take a moment to express our sincerest gratitude to every single person who helped us on our journey to achieving this degree. So it's finally time to raise our caps and go proudly forward as the class of 2021. We did it.
Thank you, Aoife. Now we will hear from Lorcan Healy, who graduated today with a BSc in Health and Performance Science.
First, I'd like to congratulate everyone on managing to get through what's been a tricky and novel college experience for all of us over the last year and a half. Special thanks have to go to our lecturers for being able to adapt so quickly and do their best to give us a valuable education in such unfamiliar times of COVID. As hard as it was for us, it must have been equally as challenging for them, so I'd like to take this opportunity to express the students' thanks for your hard work and patience. I think we can be grateful for the first year and a half that it was normal and provided us with the opportunity to make friends and meet new people. I remember our first day and being in a room full of people, all of whom were strangers, who quickly became friends and mates who we now have for life. It was a pleasure to be part of such a good group. A highlight of the 3 years has to be exploring Harcourt Street multiple times a week and then rolling in at 9 AM the following morning for a practical or lecture. In my opinion, that is pure character building and a vital part of college. I've no doubt we'll all be able to celebrate the joint success of graduating college together properly in the near future. It's obviously disappointing we can't be on campus to celebrate, but what's one more Zoom call after the 18 months we've had? Everyone is now going off on their own paths, of which there's a huge variety, so I'd like to wish everyone the best of luck on their own journeys chasing their ambitions. I'm personally going on to study a marketing master's here in UCD and continue my football, so I hope to cross paths with those of you who are staying in Dublin. I hope that health and performance science holds a special place in everyone's hearts, and that the last 3 years we had together were full of great memories. Thank you.
Thank you, Lorcan. Now we'll hear from Sean Keane, who graduated today with a BSc in Biomedical Health and Life Sciences.
Friends, family, faculty of UCD, and above all, my fellow graduates. I'm extremely grateful and privileged to have the chance to say a few words on our graduation day. The last 4 years have been no walk in the park, especially the last year and a half, spent locked up at home attending lectures and tutorials through our computer screens. The fact that we were able to overcome this and are sitting here today is a major testament to us and the exceptional support given to us by UCD. On behalf of the class of 2021, I would like to extend a warm and heartfelt thank you to Professor Bill Watson, the head of BHLS. Without your love and passion for the course, we wouldn't have been able to complete our research projects this year. Your enthusiasm and dedication to science and research has definitely inspired all of us. Thank you to Lisa and Claire for their amazing work, keeping the lines of communication open between lecturers and students, and for ensuring that the 4 years run as smoothly as possible. To all our lecturers and tutors throughout the 4 years, to the Dean of the School of Medicine, Professor Michael Keane, thank you. To our parents and families, I cannot thank you enough. Without your backing us all the way, through good times and bad, we wouldn't be sitting here today. Finally, to my classmates and fellow graduates, I am extremely proud of each and every one of you. You have made my last 4 years in college truly amazing and unforgettable. I have found some of my closest friends in you, and I look forward to seeing what the future has in store for us. Cogorgus liv galer, agus ganairi an táliv iver réimsú agsúla, gur míle maigat, slán.
Thank you, Sean. And finally, we'll hear from Agoho Sophie Okpara, who graduated today with a BSc in Biomedical Health and Life Sciences.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Agogo Sophie Okpara, and it is an honor for me to be given the opportunity to address you, the class of 2021, as well as the faculty of UCD, our families, our friends, and all others who have chosen to celebrate with us on this special day. Despite these unusual circumstances that we have been affected by, I am thankful that we still have a reason to celebrate something. So congratulations. Congratulations for making it this far. Congratulations for not giving up. And congratulations for choosing to endure despite the knocks and challenges that may have come your way over the past few years. When I first came to UCD, I felt daunted. The size of the campus and the number of students alone was enough to make me question my choice of not taking a gap year when I had the chance to. Overwhelming was the perfect word for it. I didn't know what to expect over the coming 4 years. Yes, I had watched movies about college, which made it seem like it was going to be a dream come true, but it's as if those movies had some unseen clips that they maybe purposefully didn't include. For example, they show you the parties where you dance your heart away, meet the love of your life, and take pictures you plan to show to your future grandkids. But they don't show you the next morning when you have a 9 a.m. you're rushing to in Theatre Sea of Science, you're running on 3 hours of sleep, you have your language elective midterm in the afternoon, and the queue to get a coffee at Pi is as long as the distance from Earth to the moon. They don't show you that. So I didn't expect it. Nevertheless, my experience at UCD surpassed both my expectations and lack of expectations combined. I hope you too can say the same about yours. The past year in particular was definitely the last thing I expected when entering college. Going from meeting friends outside lecture halls to organizing virtual meetings on Zoom, which by the way had an extremely intense 40-minute time limit, one could say that life became strange. And strange it was. But even in the midst of that, we learned to adapt. You learned to adapt. And this is a skill that will prove itself valuable not only in education, but in all future endeavors that you embark on from henceforth. I want you all to understand the strength that it takes to go from a system of learning that you've known your whole life to now learning almost exclusively through a screen. And yet even this hurdle you overcame. And not only did you overcome it, but you graduated. If you can overcome a challenge like this, you can do anything. I want you all to take this as a lesson to yourself that sometimes the most incredible parts of you are only found out of unfortunate and uncomfortable circumstances. So in future, when life seems confusing and strange and not as simple as those college movies you watched when you were 16, remember this. Remember that there is something precious to be found even in the most strange and uncomfortable of circumstances. As we now take off onto different paths of life, I hope you hold on to the various direct and indirect lessons you have learned over these few years. Here are some of my lessons that I would like to share with you. Be kind. Never underestimate the power a smile can have in saving somebody's life. Don't eat pasta every single day. You will get sick of it. Know what you believe in, and don't let anybody take that away from you. Don't be afraid to unlearn. Give your all to what you are passionate about, and let that fire of passion within you ignite those around you. Don't try to cram 12 weeks of lectures in one night. It doesn't work. Give to those who don't have much, and don't always expect something back. Love people every day as if it's the last time you'll see them. Always be thankful. And on that, I would like to raise my final thanks to a few people. Thank you to Jesus for teaching me how to love myself after understanding that I am always first loved by you. Thank you to my classmates for making the past 4 years unforgettable. Thank you to Professor Bill Watson, Lisa, and Claire for putting your heart and soul into biomedical health and life sciences. We appreciate your continuous support. Thank you to the School of Medicine for the incredible education we have received. Thank you, family and friends, for always being there for us. And thank you, me, for not giving up, even when you had the opportunity to. To the class of 2021, I raise my imaginary glass to you, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Akoho, and thanks to all our students for their wise words today. Now I will ask Professor Andrew Deeks, UCD President, to address you. Congratulations once again, and enjoy the rest of this very special day.
As President of UCD, I take great pleasure and pride in extending my personal congratulations to each one of you who has graduated today. My thanks to our guest and student speakers for their inspirational words to you. This has been another year of extraordinary challenge as the world continues to deal with the impact of COVID-19. I am, however, greatly heartened by how we as a community here at UCD have responded to the crisis with creativity and innovation and with courage and compassion. It is in these most testing of circumstances that we truly show what we are made of individually and collectively. In facing the demands placed on us, we are discovering new depths to our resourcefulness and resilience. As Ireland's global university, UCD has played and continues to play a vital role in shaping our response to the pandemic nationally and globally, both culturally and scientifically. I'm proud to see how our brightest minds are rising to the challenge across all academic disciplines, from medicine, science and engineering to the arts and humanities. All around me, members of our UCD community have stepped up with courage and vision to meet the challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic, and their actions continue to underscore the vital importance of education, research and evidence-based decision-making in transforming our society. Conferring ceremonies are very special days in the calendar of the university, both for our students and for our faculty and staff, marking the culmination of years of study and hard work by you, our graduates, and of the teaching and guidance by our faculty and staff. Following your graduation, you will operate in a changed world, one where your skills are in keen demand, your energy and passion are needed, and one that will warmly welcome your expertise. Here at UCD, we have almost 8,000 international students joining us from over 145 countries, adding enormously to the diversity and quality of campus life and to the UCD educational experience. We bring the best of the world to Ireland and the best of Ireland to the world. And so it's a particular pleasure for me to extend an Irish welcome to the families and friends of our international students who are joining us online today. Céad Míle Fáilte, Roíomh Go Léir, 100,000 welcomes to you all. Our mission is to give each of you a holistic education, to inculcate in you a lifelong desire to learn and to create, and to instill in you a sense of purpose, a capacity for critical thinking, a desire to make a difference in society, and above all, an awareness of the global community in which you can make an impact. And I hope that today, as you join or rejoin the proud community of UCD graduates, you will embrace these attributes and take them with you as you embark on the next stage of your life journey. While you were students, you were at the centre of the UCD community, and as you graduate, you carry that UCD badge with you. Wear it well, use it to open doors to advance your own life's ambitions, but also extend a helping hand to those who come after you. Seek to inspire and encourage them, and above all, follow our motto, Ad Astra, to the stars, by seeking to make your own mark and your own contribution to our society. You are now a member of a very proud UCD alumni group of almost 300,000 based in 170 countries worldwide. And so, wherever your career takes you, I hope that whenever you wear the UCD crest or colours, you will remember your alma mater. I trust that in everything you do and achieve in the future, the values enshrined in UCD of creativity, excellence, integrity, collegiality, engagement and diversity will remain part of your intellectual DNA. I'm very encouraged by the government's reopening plan for the autumn, by the lower infection rate, decrease in hospital admissions and the collapse in the mortality rate, and by the pace and efficiency of the national vaccination rollout. Here at UCD, we will continue to follow the government's advice and guidelines, looking forward to a smooth return to campus as soon as it's possible, and keeping everyone's health and safety at the forefront of our minds. I wish you well as you embark on your careers. Take care of yourselves and your families, and take heart in the hope that we will come together again soon at the end of this journey, stronger and more united than ever. Congratulations once again. Enjoy the rest of this very special day.